Hello and welcome! I feel like after a couple hundred of hours in Monster Hunter World, I've nailed down my definitive list of my 5 favorite weapons that I enjoy the most. With over 1 million people seeing my Which Weapons Fit Your Playstyle video, many were wondering which weapons I preferred myself. It was too early to tell at the time, but I've clearly gravitated to a few I never thought I would. The Switch Axe was my initial go-to weapon that helped me plow through the first quarter of the game, and its long-reaching axe strikes, coupled with its massive damaging sword, made each and every amp charge into a monster's face feel satisfying every time. Although I have to mention my early favorite weapon, the Switch Axe started to show its cracks later on for me, and its somewhat lacking mobility and defensive capabilities have had me all but completely shelf the Switch Axe in the post-game. It's a great weapon that's satisfying to use, and I had to mention it here since I used it so much, but I feel that it might be completely outclassed in nearly every way by the newest addition to my arsenal, which is the Charge Blade. This weapon offers that perfect mix of offense and defense and has ridiculous damage potential with its various ways in which you utilize your charge files. Easily the only weapon on the list that I can say I'm not adept yet, and I don't absolutely love the Sword and Shield mode's moveset. I can't deny the sheer almost overpowered damage output that this thing can dish out, and its versatile nature makes it potent against nearly every monster in the game. The hammer is ridiculous. This thing has some of the most satisfying to land attacks in the entire game. Its charging while moving mechanic offers a lot of different approaches to nearly every situation, and if a monster is dumb enough to fight you on a hill, well, let's just say you're going to be enjoying your next few minutes. The hammer almost requires the evade extender and evade window skill late game, for me at least, because I feel like many of the hitboxes stay around longer than your total invulnerability on your standard dodge, and that's all you have defensively with your hammer. If you find the right setup for you, the hammer can be devastating in experienced hands. The Dual Blades. The last weapon I thought would make it on my favorites list prior to playing World. The dual blades and their crazy mobility options make it the only weapon in the game for me that makes it seem like I'm playing a different game entirely. They are just that satisfying, but in their own unique way. Definitely not the deepest weapon. Enter demon mode, go to town, repeat. The dual blades turn you into a Tasmanian devil that has even the fastest of monsters have a hard time keeping up with you. While not useful in all situations, the dual blades are what I use when I just want to jump in with no preparation and just go wail on some stuff, because it's satisfying every time I do it to see those damage numbers flying all around. And number 1, easily my favorite weapon, and if you asked me at the start of the game if I thought it was going to be the Lance, I would say you're crazy. Its initial clunky slow style is easily written off, but given time, the Lance becomes one of the most mobile weapons in the game, and the one that can stay up in the monster's face the most consistently, and if done correctly, makes you feel like you're bending the monster to your own will. I'm not going to tell you that the sky is the limit on huge damage numbers, but while other weapons might be hitting every 20 seconds or so in the hundreds, your constant mid-damage pokes will make you the unassuming and unsung hero of DPS. While other weapons are busy charging vials, reloading ammo, gathering essence, and doing all that fancy stuff, you're up in the monster's face blocking everything he can dish out and retaliating accordingly. With the opposite effect the Switch Axe had on me with its early game bias, the Lance is my go-to late game tool to tackle every and any challenge the game tries to throw at me, and I feel slightly lacking when I'm using anything else. And that does it for my 5 favorite weapons in Monster Hunter World. I'm curious what everyone else's favorites are at this point in the game, and if your favorites have changed or adapted kind of like mine have, go ahead and let me know. This has been Deadite from Boomstick Gaming, and thanks for watching.